Welcome to Sticky Bleachers coverage of NFL football here at the Meadowlands in beautiful New Jersey. I am Cory.
I am Bob. Really excited to be here today. This is going to be a great matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Giants. Wouldn't you say, Cory?
Yes, with notable quarterback Mark Sam Bradchez for Minnesota Vikings taking control here, Bob, after some notable injuries at the beginning of the season.
I believe you mean Bradwater.
Oh, Bradwater, yes, Teddy Bradwater. Teddy Bradwater Chez.
Blair Walsh with a booming kickoff there, and Eli Manning and the Giants look like they're going to take over just shy of the 20 here.
Chamberlain with a nice pitch move, but good defense there. Looked like he had a big hole, Bob, but Minnesota Purple People Eaters closing it quickly.
Yeah, those interesting purple-colored uniforms there for the Vikings
yes,
today.
Purple on purple. Purple jersey, purple pants, purple shoes, Bob.
Yep, really taking that Purple People Eaters thing to heart.
Yes, an interesting New York going with their white away jerseys, but here in the first quarter already, Larry Donnell with a big reception. Oh, and he's still down on the field, Bob.
Oh, he is, and looks like the training staff's going to come out, and they're going to help him get off the field. That is a tough blow for the Giants early on after a huge reception.
That is a huge loss. Eli Manning's safety valve is now gone. Let's see how they handle it here, Bob.
Yes, well, absolutely. It looks like they're going to... Oh, there was a play action here, and Eli's got all kind of time. He throws, to Odell Beckham, and that's his other safety valve there, and he runs easily in for the touchdown. Giants
what a nice move by Odell Beckham, Bob. Did you see him just juke and jive right on through?
Absolutely. Well, and Eli had all kinds of time there. They can't really give him all that time back there.
Yes, that's right. The Purple People Eaters must have been full after covering up Shane Vereen a couple of plays earlier, Bob.
And the pat is good, and Brown with the kickoff there, so the Giants up quick, 7-0 to the Vikings here.
And bringing it maybe unwisely out of the end zone is Johnson, but he throws off a tackler. And when I say throws off, Bob, I mean threw him into the fourth row.
Yeah, and looks like Bradford and company are going to take over just shy of the 20, just like Eli and the Giants. And Bradford going deep already to Stephon Diggs, and just Stephon fumbles it out of bounds, though.
And, Bob, he wants that throwback, even though it's a big reception, he wants that throwback because he led him way too far. He had to make a diving grab.
Yeah.
If he hits him in stride, that's 7 points.
Exactly. Oh, and he does it again. This time it's an incomplete pass, so Bradford coming out throwing pretty hot, but over the receivers here so far.
I wonder if it's a difference in the elevation here, Bob, down here at sea level in New Jersey.
Yeah, Minnesota is a real big difference there, so. Ooh, and Damian Harrison with the sack there. A little confusion there on with Bradford and the Vikings on that first possession there.
So unfortunate. They had a great start to the possession with the big pass completion, but things kind of fell apart after that.
Jeff Locke with a huge punt all the way to the opposing end zone, and that's going to be a touchback there.
An error by the referees here, Bob, noticing where they're going out to the 20 instead of the 25. Must not have checked the rule book before we got started today.
Well, I heard the Giants aren't going to, they're not going to listen to that rule, so.
Oh, they're protesting that rule. Okay, yeah, all right. Well, here's Eli on the, it looked like he was going for the keeper, but he gets it complete to Victor Cruz, who crosses midfield. He had his option there, Bob, to just take the first down, but just before he crossed the line of scrimmage, he spotted Victor Cruz wide open.
Yeah, and Victor Cruz salsa to the 50-yard line, Cory.
And here's Ty, the backup tight end, so taking over where Larry Donnell left, and he gets a big reception, Bob.
Yes, he does, and this Viking secondary looks tired today, so after an impressive 3 games to start the season, they're coming out pretty cold.
And New York is just keeping the pressure on them, Bob. So as you said, wearing them down a little bit. But right now, you would think that they would want to go to the ground and push through a little bit. But a lot of success through the air with Manning and company.
Well, there's a lot of talk earlier in the week about the Vikings having Eli Manning's number. So maybe he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. And there it is with the second touchdown throw of the day to Shane Vereen. So the Giants putting a shellacking on the Vikings here right now. Up 13-0 with the Pack coming after.
Yeah, and you wonder, though, Bob, if they totally abandon the run, how often those play-action passes are going to work. But I suppose the coaching staff of the New York Giants knows more about football than we do, Bob.
Some would say. Who knows?
All right, here's another nice return by Johnson. Boy, he's got some moves today, bringing it out of the end zone. Still going to be back behind the 20, but at least we all get some entertainment.
Yeah, again, bringing it up to the 20 here, and it looks like, McKinnon with a nice little run there for the first down, filling in for the injured Adrian Peterson, so the Vikings sticking with the ground game a little bit.
Yeah, so even with the injury, they're going for it, but unfortunately, he's not going to repeat the success on the other first down.
Nope. There is a difference between Adrian Peterson and Jerick McKinnon. So.
Are you saying that Adrian Peterson may have picked up more than -4 yards on that particular rush, Bob?
I can't say for sure. But 3rd and 14, long, and Bradford throws, and it's blocked. Ooh. So this Giants defense, kind of wondering why people weren't talking about them coming into this game, but they're flexing their muscle for sure.
Right. Bradchezwater was fortunate not to have that tip play picked off, Bob, at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was JPP just couldn't get a finger on it.
Oh, and they almost had him right there at the point of reception of the punt, but he throws him off. Only picks up another 5 or 6 yards. But we have had some really physical football today here, Bob, at the Meadowlands.
Yeah, and they are just eating up Griffin there on the defensive line. But then we have an interception, and the Vikings, there we go with Andrew Sendejo with the interception return for a touchdown. So there's that Vikings defense showing up saying, wait a second, we're pretty good.
Well, you know what they say, Bob? If your offense can't score points, you're going to have to rely on the defense to do it.
Well, defense wins championships, right?
Sure, Bob.
Yeah, well, you can ask the Denver Broncos, right?
We can ask our Denver Broncos that. That's right. Von Miller making it rain a little bit there in Denver. Here are some more nice moves. Wow, Shepard gets up to the 30. Yes. On the kickoff.
Very nice return. Great field position for the Giants to start. And Shane Vereen runs into a brick wall. Mm-hmm. Or a purple wall,
there at the line of scrimmage. Yes, and 149 Giants calling for a timeout here, trying to preserve some time here in their 2-minute drill, Bob.
It looks like it, but man, this Vikings defense is starting to come alive here. LINVAL Joseph with the sack here, and the Giants are going to be forced to take another timeout. So
I don't know if I agree with that call, Bob. On 3rd and 20 here, going for their second timeout, they're going to leave a lot of time left for Minnesota if indeed they don't make the first down, which they do with Victor Cruz deep down the field. Again, Bob, seems like the coaching staff knows something we don't.
Well, again, that play action fake and just enough run to game to convince the Vikings. But Victor Cruz with a nice catch there in double coverage, and there's Darkwa running for the first down. Or close to it. Looks like they're going to give it to him here.
Yep, they will give it to him, but he did not get out of bounds, so they're going to have to snap this ball quickly, and they do. And there's Manning's going to keep it, and he's got a first down, Bob, but also didn't get out of bounds. So, again, they're going to have to call this play quickly, get to the line of scrimmage, and get this one off and get this ball out of bounds. I don't know if they'll go for a spike play.
Oh, I don't believe that's in the playbook, Cory.
Well, doesn't need to be because the deep, wide-open crossing route to Victor Cruz is in the playbook.
There's Victor Cruz with the touchdown, Eli Manning with another pump fist, and, well, the Giants are up 20-7 here with the point after coming. Oh, almost blocked there. I don't know if you
almost
saw
got
that.
their hands on it, did the defense. But so the only thing I would have to complain about on that 2-minute drive is they left about 30 seconds left on the clock for Minnesota.
Well, the way the clock runs, that shouldn't be a problem for the Giants. So
yes, this famous New York fast clock, Bob.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris Christie.
Oh, Chris Christie, inventor of the New York fast clock. And Minnesota is going to go with a meow into halftime, Bob.
Yes. The notable meow. So Bradford with 0 passing yards, it looks like. That can't be right, but it's what it shows.
0% completion, and look, no receiving yards recorded for Minnesota, so that's something that's going to have to change in this game, Bob, if we're going to have any chance at all.
Would you say that's going to have to change? You think they're going to have some type of passing yards to change, Cory?
I think, Bob, that's probably going to have to be part of the game plan in the second half. While we are here at halftime, allow me to thank everyone watching, listening. Make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave us a comment, let us know what you think. Also, thanks to Tecmo Monster, the hacker of this particular patch we're using here for 2016-2017. Let's kick it off for the second half, Bob.
Absolutely, and here we got Charles Johnson bringing the ball out again. Nice job on the return game today. Brings it out to the 20 again. So the Vikings have some work to do here in the third quarter, Cory.
Yeah, but the return game for both teams, Bob, we've seen probably the best moves of the year on the special teams groups for both teams, Bob.
Yep, the Giants proving that protests of the new rule kind of working out in their favor a little bit.
Yes, it certainly is. Minnesota not getting it done on the ground. Let's see if he can complete his first pass. Bradford Waterchez can complete his first pass on 3rd and 8.
And the Vikings sticking with the run. There's a little play action there, and he hits Diggs again and overthrew him, but Diggs with a nice catch, the second of the game here for a first down.
Yeah, Bob, let's see if that one gets recorded as passing and receiving yards.
Yeah, It's a very long run for Stephon Diggs in the first quarter there.
I think the official scorekeeper, I believe, ruled that a backwards lateral, Bob.
A backwards lateral. I like it, but there's Jarius right with the catch and the touchdown. So the Vikings strike first here in the third quarter, 13-21, with the point after coming in. With Blair Walsh, you never know, so we'll have to just wait and see.
Could be iffy. Another rule they're ignoring, Bob, is the new point after touchdown kick rules. They're still going from the 3 rather than from the 15.
Well, they say the Giants play old school football, so that's what they're doing.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Well, the Amara family going way back.
Yep. They're playing with the beige football and everything, so.
Yeah, and the leather helmets, famously.
Yep. They fit Eli's head better, so that's why.
Sure. Oh, Darkwa's got a lane, Bob.
Yep, he does.
Not quite enough for a first down, though. They need about a half yard to pick that one up.
Man, that right side of the field was wide open there on that play, so Vikings were all in on the left.
Yeah, he must be disappointed, Bob, that he didn't pick up more than 9.5.
Well, and here's 3rd and 5. So quickly the Vikings can put some pressure on the Giants, but there's a nice run by Shane Vereen, and he picks up the first down. And so it looks like the Giants are going to stick with the run here finally in the third quarter. Try to eat this
Going for ball control now, Bob. Although that's going to make that play action even more effective and wide open.
You can't leave him wide open. I know that much about football.
Poorly thrown ball, but if you get it within 10 yards of Beckham, he's going to come down with it, Bob.
At least if he's on a Madden cover, he will.
Right, and I mean that's in all directions, including vertically. If you throw it anywhere within 30 feet over his head, he's going to get it.
He's like Mr. Stretch from the Fantastic Four, right?
That's right. Well, we've seen him.
Seen it happen. Yep,
we've seen it happen week in and week out, Bob.
He can dislocate his shoulder just enough to make it happen. So there's Johnson with another nice run. Gets it almost out to the 30-yard line. So we got ourselves a little bit of a football game here, Corey.
Yeah, two-possession game. Yes, let's see what they can do, Bob.
Oh, and the Vikings still sticking with the run. I got to believe they should take some chances downfield. So.
Yeah, something's going to have to happen. But again, they're going to McKinnon on the ground, who he's got a nice move, but I have a feeling, Bob, the Giants are going to let that happen here in the third.
Absolutely. They're going to let him have all the running yards he wants except getting across the 50-yard line.
And they must have tremendous confidence in their offense to control the ball when they've got it and put points on the board.
Yep. Very sad series there by the Vikings, and they're going to be forced to punt. Jeff Locke getting a lot of reps in today. So.
Yep. Improving his stats.
Absolutely, one of the best punters in the game.
Well, the Vikings need it.
Yes.
The Vikings need one of the best punters in the game. That might be a good place to invest their salary cap money, Bob.
Absolutely. Every championship team needs a good punter, so.
Well, that's true.
Yep.
So here's Darkwa. So they are going for ball control, and it's working out okay. 8 yards on first down, Bob. A couple minutes to burn out.
More importantly, he stayed in bounds, but.
Yep, that's going to be the goal, and there's a short completion there to Darkwa for another first down. So they're not, I guess they're not abandoning the passing game after all, Bob.
Well, again, I'll go back to Eli's chip on his shoulder. So he kept hearing about it. Yeah, he claimed that. Oh, there's a fumble on the ground, and the Vikings get the ball. So again, that Vikings defense creates another turnover.
Oh, boy, and not by going to the passing game, Bob, on the ground. So they're going for the strip, and they got it. Let's see what they can do with it, though. This Giants defense has been surprisingly stifling today, Bob.
Very stifling, and the Vikings offense has been very predictable in their play calling. So a little easier for the defense to scheme against when they know a run's coming on the first play. So
to their credit, Bob, I did not predict a play-action pass throwing across his body only about 4 yards out from the line of scrimmage on that one. So.
Well, there was a nice play-action pass, and Stephon Diggs gets the first down there. It was a nice throw by Bradford there. That cross-the-body play-action pass, that was the old Brett Favre 1-2 tango.
Yep. Source of many touchdowns and many interceptions. Speaking of interceptions, the New York Giants come up, and there's a fumble, but it's going to get out of bounds. The Giants get it back.
So there's that Brett Favre 1-2 tango with the appropriate interception attached to it as well.
But almost a fumble it back, but here's Darkwa, so definitely going for the ground game here, trying to control this clock, milk this game out, and go home with a win. Vikings calling a timeout on defense.
Trying to salvage whatever they can, create a little Alpha 2, 1-2 Foxtrot tango here.
Well, still a two-possession game, Bob, so if they can get the ball back with a couple of minutes left, you never know what might happen.
Oh, push them out of bounds, and no 2-minute warning here. So the Vikings are going to have to call another timeout.
Yeah, it looks like they didn't quite get him out of bounds. Refs, the New York fans very happy about that. Refs also very happy to not be receiving a hail of gunfire from the fans here in New Jersey.
I just saw a ref take some cash from a patron there, so that's nice.
Yes, well, they're very generous here in New Jersey.
That's right. Well, it's a tip. It's a tip.
It's
These
a
guys
tip
are
for a job
part-time
well done.
employees here, so.
That's right. The refs union, famously not very strong here in the NFL.
Absolutely.
There's Darkwa again, and he'll be happy to just take the short run now. Force Minnesota to call their final timeout. 1:07 left. Maybe one more first down here is going to do it, Bob.
Yeah, let's see if Eli goes to the air this time here. Oh, nope, they're just going to chuck it to Shane Vereen here, and he's going to have a nice little run there. Nice little move to get back to the inside, and that's a first down. And, well, that's going to be the game, it looks like, right, Cory?
Yep. Well, Minnesota, they didn't really let the clock run between. They're still going for the hurry-up package, Bob.
Yep.
Let's see if they do it here, and they lost some yards there. No, same thing here. Going to the ground. And Darkwa makes a move. He could get in, Bob. And he will for the touchdown.
And he will. Darkwa with the nice run zigzag. And he gets the touchdown. So the Giants piling on. A little payback for last year's whooping that the Vikings put on him. So.
Yes, and Josh Brown just padding the stats now. That's all we need to do.
As every good kicker does, just pad the stats.
17 seconds left. Let's see what Minnesota does here. Down 3 touchdowns. Are they going to try anything? The game will end here on this return, and that will be it. Your final score here from the Meadowlands in New Jersey, 35-14. Giants take it over the Vikings. Bob, what'd you see?
Well, I saw a lot of predictable play calling there from the Vikings. The Giants definitely showed up to play today, and the offense looked very good. And the Vikings defense just looked tired from being on the field all the time. So credit the Giants for taking down a good Vikings team, and looks like the Vikings have some work to do on the offensive side of the ball. Wouldn't you say?
Right, you are, Bob. All 3 phases, New York was just dominant. I'd say the stat of the game, look at Eli Manning's line, 90% completion rate, 281 yards, even here in the brief game time that we have here. He did get the interception, the pick 6, which made this game look closer than it actually was, Bob.
Yeah, although the Vikings had a chance for a little bit with that defense and the quick swing, but just couldn't convert anything on the offensive side of the ball. So makes for a long day at the office here, Cory.
Right you are, Bob. After that first drive in the second half, when it looked like they had something going, they came out firing after halftime, but unfortunately not able to convert that into anything notable for the rest of the game. That's going to do it for us here today from the Meadowlands on Sticky Bleachers. Remember, do hit that thumbs up button, like, and subscribe if you like what you see. Let us know what you think. We would love to hear from you. Tweet us those pictures of your hashtag 9th inning nachos, although we can call it 9th quarter nachos maybe, Bob, here on the football games as we go through this season. We will see you next week with more exciting NFL action, and look for baseball playoff action coming up here in Sticky Bleachers as well. For now, I am Cory signing off.
I'm Bob. We'll see you next time.